Before Stuart Hazel murdered Tia Sharp, he repeatedly Googled for images of child abuse. Mark Bridger, the murderer of April Jones, was also hooked on downloading explicit pictures of children. In July, after Tia and April's parents visited Number 10, David Cameron warned the tech industry it has a moral duty to do more.
If the internet companies won't play ball, then we're going to struggle, and we need them to return nil searches when people are putting in disgusting items to the internet.
The web firms have been summoned to Downing Street next month, so has the government applied enough pressure on them to achieve meaningful progress?
Each of them has a role to play, and each of them has shown some willingness to do that.
You say some willingness. Sufficient willingness?
Well, obviously it varies from company to company, and we have a series of asks of the industry, which the Prime Minister set out.
One of those asks was for internet service providers to automatically filter web access unless a customer chooses to opt out. Britain's 4 biggest ISPs have agreed to that. And they are also about to pilot blocking access to sites of concern with this strongly worded warning, which highlights the risk of losing family, friends and children. Much of the public debate has questioned whether enough is being done by the world's biggest search engine. This is Google's UK headquarters. They've declined our request for an interview about their strategy, but they have said in a statement, "We never want this material to appear in our search results, and we continue to work with the government and the industry to fight the problem." And Google has confirmed that, along with Microsoft, Facebook and Twitter, it's working on a system that tags illegal images all over the web so they can be deleted in one fell swoop. But for each innovation that helps disrupt paedophile rings, there is another that helps them evade capture. Most of us use what is called the surface web, which are the pages indexed by search engines that pop up when you type in those boxes. But there are vast parts of the internet the likes of Google have not mapped. It's called the deep web or the dark net. Here, an encryption technology called Tor, which allows untraceable communication, is becoming increasingly popular, while a second method called peer-to-peer networking can transfer files between individual computers secretly.
Those same programs are being used by paedophiles and guys who collect child abuse images to exchange materials with each other on a gigantic scale. We need a big push, a massive push to find a way of essentially stopping that trade.
That's why the former head of the UK's Child Exploitation Task Force believes the government's focus on tech firms is misguided. He says manpower is what's needed, more undercover officers to infiltrate this murky online world, and more analysts to examine the vast stores of data hidden in hardware already seized by police.
While those hard drives sit on those shelves, those children continue to live a life of abuse. They are growing older by the day, and I mean older not just in 2 or 3 days older, but they're losing, what's left of precious youth, because simply we are getting our priorities wrong.
Public outrage over 2 horrific child murder cases has pushed the issue of child abuse online to the top of the government's agenda. The Prime Minister is under pressure to deliver. According to those who understand the true extent of the problem, this must not be a missed opportunity. Catherine Jones, 5 News.
Well, tomorrow we'll be looking at the growing problem of sexting and whether children of today are given enough advice about the potential dangers.